Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening. In last class, we have discussed about how we can achieve the loose coupling in core Java. And there we have seen there was two way by which we can able to achieve loose coupling. And the way was like setter method and the constructor. And even on with the setter method and with based on the constructor, we have seen couple of example as well. Today we are going to show you the same kind of example in the Spring as well. We'll see how we can achieve the loose coupling in case of Spring. But before going to start the loose coupling example in case of Spring, I want to discuss some more concept about the Spring. So somehow there is some module in the Spring. The core there are many module actually in the Spring. So out of many module, there is one module known as Spring Core. So somehow I want to give you some highlight about the Spring Core module. So in case of Spring Core module, okay, inside Spring Core module, there is a concept of IOC and there is a concept of DI. So we'll understand what is the concept, what is the meaning of DI and what is the meaning of IOC. So first of all, we'll understand what is the IOC. So IOC here, you can see that actually this two IOC and DI is somehow IOC, DI and loose coupling. We can say that is the heart of the Spring Core, or this is a very important part of the Spring Core framework. So here I will understand what is the IOC. So if you can see here IOC, it is nothing but one of the acronym, and the IOC, the acronym for IOC, I can say it is nothing but inversion of control. IOC is nothing but inversion of control. Now, what is the meaning of inversion of control? So, once I'm saying IOC, it is nothing but inversion of control. So, here you can see, if you see the meaning of IOC, I'm saying inversion of control. So, what is the meaning of inversion? So, if you see the meaning of inversion, somehow I'm saying that the meaning of inversion is nothing but the dictionary meaning of inversion is nothing but inverted. I mean to say I want to invert something. Okay. Now the question is what you want to invert. So here, since this is Java programming or Spring programming, and here every time I will deal with the class and I will deal with the object. So somehow I'm saying this is somehow I'm saying the control of the object here is going to inverted. So IOC is known as inversion of control because control of the object is going to inverted, or the control of object is inverted. And because of that reason, I'm saying that this is the IOC. Okay. So what I mean to say, the the object creation, the control of the object is going to inverted, and somehow not a developer, as a programmer or as a developer, I am not responsible to create the object, but someone else who will control the object, or someone else who will create the object for us. But somehow I am not going to create the object for the any of the classes. Okay. So by name only, as I said, inversion, it means that inverted. Now what I want to invert? So object creation. Now as a programmer, you can see here I clearly mentioned it is not the programmer or developer, but someone else who control the object. Now who will control, we'll see later. But this is a simple meaning of the IOC. Now using with the help of IOC, we can easily able to achieve the loose coupling in case of Spring framework as well. So we can say that Spring IOC will help you to achieve the loose coupling as well. There are n number of responsibility of the Spring IOC. Like what all the responsibility of IOC is there. We'll again discuss this thing once I will come to, or once I will start discussing about the life cycle of the beans. So I will talk more about the IOC once I will go to the topic about the life cycle of the bean. But for timing, just understand the IOC will help us to achieve the loose coupling. And based on the using the IOC, somehow I am not going to create the object. Someone else will create the object for us. I hope this is clear. Now the second second thing here, you can see the second part was the DI. Okay. So DI, what is the meaning of DI? So DI is nothing but dependency injection. So first of all, dependency, we know what is the meaning of dependency. If one object is dependent on other object, then I can say a object is dependent on other object, and this is nothing but the dependency. A class can depend on a other class, a class can depend on the data member, a class can depend on object, or a object can depend on other object. So any, like, all this kind of the dependency is nothing but all this kind of the dependent object or dependent class, all are known as dependency itself. So somehow I am dependent on someone else. Somehow I am dependent on someone else, and this is nothing but the dependency. Like suppose in the college time, we depend on our parent for the money. So somehow this is one kind of the dependency. Now, what is the meaning of injection? Okay, what is the meaning of injection? So the meaning of injection is how to inject. The meaning of injection, how to inject, how to initialize the object or the data member. So meaning of injection is very simple. I mean to say how to inject. So how to initialize the object, how to inject the value of the data member. So that is the meaning of the injection. That is a very, very simple meaning I am explaining here. Now this DI is somehow response is nothing but one of the design pattern as well. Okay, and somehow it is used to implement the IOC concept. So using the IOC and using the DI, somehow we are going to implement the loose coupling in case of Spring framework. So as I said, DI is nothing but again one of the design pattern, and it is used to implement the concept of the IOC. So in IOC, we have seen somehow as a developer, I am not going to create the object, someone else will do. So that concept somehow DI is going to implement. How they will implement, how we can do that, that we'll see later. Okay. So in case of a Spring, if you want to achieve the loose coupling, so there are couple of way. There are three way by which you can easily achieve the loose coupling in the Spring framework. So in Spring, we can achieve the loose coupling based on, I can say either it is based on the setter injection. So first I can say based on the setter injection. Second, I can say it can be the constructor injection. And third, I can say that is a field injection. Third, I can say this is a field injection or annotation. So this is the field injection. Now, what is the setter injection? What is the constructor injection? And what is the field injection? And how to inject? That is again, we'll see with a couple of examples. So to discuss about the setter injection, I will show you some example in the next class, and there we'll see how we can implement the setter injection and constructor injection in case of Spring. In case of Spring, okay. So we'll see you in the next session, and there we'll see about the setter and constructor injection.